Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching another episode of the Book of Boba Fett. The last episode, I had such a good time. It was so ramped up from the pilot episode, and I was surprised at the direction that it took, and I'm so happy. I don't want things to be predictable, but I did not expect there to be a train scene, to see some huts, to like Tusken Raiders, to like a particular Tusken Raider, and to kind of get the hots for a Wookiee. I love Star Wars. I love it so much. So last time we met the twins, who are apparently cousins of Jabba, as though you could miss the family resemblance. They pretty much are warning Boba that it's their territory, not his. And Boba is saying he got it fair and square because he killed Bib Fortuna. Which I want to know what Bib Fortuna did with MUCHI. We know from the Bad Batch, Bib Fortuna had a Rancor, a little baby Rancor. So cute. And it was named MUCHI, and that MUCHI's mom was the one that Luke killed. But where's MUCHI? Where is MUCHI? I digress. The mayor of Mos Espa warns Boba about the Hutt family. And I still don't trust him, even though he did that. I feel like that was probably for his own good. Especially because he killed the assassin of the Night Wind. And regardless of whether he said he hired the assassin or not, the assassin said he was hired by the mayor. And why would he lie? The mayor has every reason to lie. Why would the assassin lie? We were introduced to Black Kirstanton, even though not by name, but apparently he's known as BK in the comics or books. And he's somewhat aligned with Boba, which would kind of explain the long stare Boba Fett had when he saw him, but I didn't know if it was because he was intimidated by him, which you don't really see that happen a lot with Boba Fett. But then he also called him a gladiator, so there's a backstory there. But show me more, Daddy. The Tusken Raiders took out a train with speeders. Again, to be in that pitch meeting. See, I would be horrible at making shows because if somebody pitched that idea to me, I'd be like, that sounds stupid. But it worked and it was wonderful, which is why I don't make things like that, which is why I enjoy them and I watch them and I'm wowed by them. And the black Tusken Raider, or the Raider that was dressed in black, who was definitely my favorite, and I was like, protect that one at all costs. I kept calling him a him. Apparently, he's a she. And it doesn't make my crush any less. What a badass. I want to know so much more about that character, especially because if it's the female, is she with the head of the tribe? Is that her mate? And is that their child? And Boba became part of the tribe, which I learned after the last episode. I don't know how I missed the making of his particular scenes in The Mandalorian, but apparently his fight style is modeled after the Haka, because he's Maori. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. I screwed up Haka last time, and it's going to be haunting me for like the rest of my life. I'll think about it randomly in the next 10 years and just full blush. But thank you for everyone who was so graceful in the comments and was very sweet and kind about it. I really appreciate you. And the dance that they did around the fire at the end, I know it wasn't a Haka dance, but it was definitely influenced and there was a style in there. I love that they're bringing Tamora Morrison's actual culture into the show because Jango Fett obviously had an accent, and we didn't notice Boba Fett had an accent in the other movies because obviously that wasn't a planned thing, is to have an actor from New Zealand playing him. And now this Boba Fett has the accent, and then Omega from Bad Batch has the accent. So I'm loving how that's infused into this show. Just fill it with culture. I love it. Okay, I don't know what to expect in this next episode. I don't know if it's going to be a calm down after a completely high roller coaster of an episode. I'm hoping we get a little bit more backstory, which it seems like every time he goes into a Bacta tank, we get a memory. And again, I'm still very curious as to why he keeps needing to go into the back to tank. I know that like you get injuries and he might still be healing from something, but it seems like there's something more going on. And I know that the first episode they said like that his healing wasn't completed, but I feel like that's where we're getting these dreams. So it's probably going to carry on for a lot longer. So hopefully he's not going the entire series not being healed. But I digress. Okay, guys. I'm done talking about it. Let's get into it. Oh, I don't like anything that's spider-like. The
businesses that were under the protection of the name that should not be spoken.
You can say Jabba.
Is he like Voldemort now?
He's dead. He can't hurt you.
One of your vassals seeks an audience with you.
Do they have an appointment?
No, Mistress Shand.
Send them in.
State your name and your business.
I am Lord Appeal. I am a watermonger in the Workers' District.
What is your petition?
Excuse me, is that my stapler?
A street gang of insolent youths has been stealing my inventory, and I am insulted on your behalf. They are half man, half machine. They modify their bodies with droid parts to make themselves even more deadly.
Cool.
Rid the streets of Mos Espa of this scourge, and I will double my tribute to him.
He doesn't seem too trustworthy.
Look, old man.
My name is Boba Fett.
We know who you are.
We don't care.
You all should be working.
There is no work, mighty daimyo.
Then you will work for me.
No! They stole from me!
He was just waiting around the corner?
Give them 500.
But they owe 1,300.
I heard you the first time. If you want to continue to do business in my territory.
Attaboy.
And cut your prices.
You want to work or not?
Those are some cool bikes. Or speeders that look like bikes. He's gonna be trouble. He's gonna be trouble. Stephen Root is such a great actor. The Streets of Mos Espa. Oh, he got dinner and a dessert. Memory time. Oh, I don't have any wine. Such a cool ship. Iconic. So cool. I don't know how I didn't realize that she was female. She stands like a badass woman. I'm an idiot. Look at that shot. Twin suns and a bantha. Iconic Tatooine. Oh, this music is beautiful. Oh, hey. Was that Tracy Ullman?
The Kentan Striders have already collected protection money for the same territory you lay claim to. We are happy to do business with either party, but we do not want to be taken advantage of by paying protection to both.
So you gotta take one out.
You will not hear from the Nicto-Sen Riders again.
We look forward to our partnership.
That is such a slow way to travel. Like literally will take you all day. Oh god, what happened? Did they destroy the group? Oh. I mean, there's not a lot of bodies. Like, that's a mistake. Was the one Raider in black in that pile? I didn't see it. I didn't see her. Oh. he's scary. Jesus! Where's Fennec? Yes, okay, okay. Oh, God. Is he stabbing? Like, what? Oh my god, there's so much happening. Okay, he needs a new back-to-tank immediately. I don't know what I want. I want to see this guy in action, but I don't want these people hurt. Damn. Where's Fennec? Oh, he fights dirty. Oh, kick his hand. Stomp on his foot. Or stomp on his hand.
Get him to my back to tank.
You need your back to tank. Oh. Gross. Gross. It's like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
I have to send a message.
Yeah, you do.
Already did. They sent Chrysanthemum to kill you.
Pardon the interruption, Master. The twins are here. They have brought a gift.
Otlakani Kiyojaba Mishka Mumuli.
Is that... It's a Rancor, but is that... Is that MUCHI? And Danny Trejo? I love it.
Clear off Tatooine, and I will consider a truce.
Di Hagiti Kesbo Andopa Le Syndicata.
Promised by who?
I told you we couldn't trust him.
I offer him back if you renounce all claims to Jabba's legacy on Tatooine.
On Iluxi and Rimashuk.
That's not a yes.
Chache Opa.
How easily they just threw him away. That is a strong, massive ally.
No hard feelings. It's just business.
Just gonna go off running into the desert.
Do you believe what the Hutt said?
I have no reason to believe them. They would benefit from their enemies fighting one another.
Fair.
Why does it just lie there?
He's sleepy.
Depressed.
Yeah.
I will begin his training.
We're gonna get more of Danny Trejo.
They're quite
I am
peaceful
for
and less
this.
threatened.
I want to learn to ride this one.
You what?
I want to ride it. Teach me.
We're gonna see Boba Fett riding a Rancor. I love this show. I love this show so much. Oh my god, I love this show. I love this show so much.
Stand here.
Tell us its name. Please let it be MUCHI. If it's not MUCHI, I'll be bummed, but like, I'm still happy we got this one. Dad? Is that you?
You like this?
Excuse me, Fett. We heard back from the mayor's office. He remains completely unavailable for at least the next 20 days.
Don't worry. He'll be back.
Aww.
Mayor MUCHI's schedule is a bit complicated.
If you wish to continue breathing, I advise you to weigh your next words carefully.
I love Fennec.
Actually, I may be able to rearrange some of the appointments that aren't as time sensitive.
It was a bit heavy-handed, don't you think?
Do you want the appointment or not?
It was very effective as well. Yeah. A speeder bike chase in Mos Espa. I love it. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like Rebels on Lothal. Is that a painting of Jabba the Hutt? And that gave me like a little bit of a Back to the Future vibe, part 2. Except it's not manure.
Are you sure?
Good work. Keep an eye on them. Sorry, it's an expression.
These are just the first wave. They're going to war.
Then we will be ready.
Another one directed by Robert Rodriguez. Okay, I tried to go back and watch it several different times, the last episode and this episode, to see if it was the same Tusken that was all in black, if that was the one that he was kind of looking at, that was lying on the ground, and I still don't know if she died. Help! Please let me know, because I like don't know if I should be sad or to expect her. Because like I was really looking forward to getting to know that character more. Bummer, man. But we did get an epic scene with Chrysanthemum. We got to see him just kind of toss Boba around. Granted, he had the element of surprise, and I think had Boba had his armor and he was, fully loaded with his fully loaded with his whistling birds, that like it would have been a different story completely. The element of surprise really helped him out, but wow, he's vicious, like biting the Gamoran's neck. Huh. And he seemed to like be able to take quite a beating, like several of the street. I don't know. We call them street urchins. I don't. I don't want to call them that. They get tossed just as much as Boba Fett does. And I'm wondering the whole time, where's Fennec? Like he takes the two Gamorreans down the stairs, and I'm like, where's Fennec? And then, kind of when they were above this, I almost said Sarlacc pit. No, when they were above the Rancor pit, I was like, oh, she's gonna come in and he's gonna drop. And then I didn't know. I was like, did they get a Rancor? When the Hutts arrived and that Rancor came into frame, not only was I excited, but then I also saw that it was Danny Trejo. I don't care what his name is in the show, he's Danny Trejo. I'm just gonna keep calling him that. What a delight to have kind of our perceptions change of so much, right? Like first it's the Tusken Raiders, and now it's like kind of how we're going to view a Rancor. Of course, on a cartoon show like The Bad Batch, when you see MUCHI and he's like this cute little Rancor, just kind of messing everything up. Oh, it's so adorable. But then when you see a bigger one and he's kind of puppy dog like, you can see why in Return of the Jedi, the Rancor, I guess, Wrangler, why he was crying and why he was so upset about it. They seem sweet. We'll see. And I can't wait to see Boba Fett riding a Rancor. I know there's a cartoon where Boba Fett was riding like a dinosaur. I'm so excited for a Rancor. I think this is going to be just so interesting. And we're introduced to Lortha Peel, which Stephen Root is such a great actor, but the second I heard his voice, all I could think of was Office Space. Excuse me, that's my stapler. But it's very obvious that, he's going to be a problem, just as the mayor is going to be a problem, just as the Hutts are still going to be a problem. I don't believe at all that we've seen the last of them, even though they say that they're going to go somewhere else and it's not worth starting a war. Of course, they're not going to be involved in the war. They're going to make everybody fight each other. Boba was very astute in pointing that out. I mean, definitely Boba took a beating in this episode, so I totally expect him to have to go back in the back of the tank, and we're going to get some more memories, because I really want to know what happened to that Tusken Raider, if that was the one that I saw on the ground at the end where his, sight lingered for a little bit. Was that my favorite? Was that my lady? That would make me really sad if we only got a badass Tusken Raider for one episode. And we had a scene with the speeder and the speeder bikes, and it totally made me think of Back to the Future Part 2. Just because of like the look of the speeders, and like when the speeder slides into the fruit and it all piles on the inside, 100% like manure in Biff's car. That's I think I think every Back to the Future movie has that scene. But it reminded me of hoverboards a little bit. And I felt like that was a little janky looking. I don't think it looked as smooth as it possibly could have been. I mean, it's kind of like when we saw like IG-11 on a speeder. That seemed, although fast, it felt like it was a lot smoother and it looked a lot better. And then this one just kind of felt a little bit slower and a little bit janky. I'm not sure if that's on purpose because that's how those vehicles move, but I definitely thought, like, especially after a high speed train, that this didn't look quite as top notch. Still fun. I still like the look of the speeder bikes because it really has like those old motorcycle looks, like the old, I don't even want to say motorcycle, they look like Vespas. But I really like that it's the one colorful thing that you're seeing throughout the streets because everything is so dusty and dirty. And they definitely keep them clean. Maybe that's why water's so expensive on Tatooine, is because like they got to keep these bikes polished. Interesting. Oh, that felt so good. And now the Pikes, which were responsible for the high-speed train, are trying to take over, which I knew not to trust the mayor. I knew that he definitely was up to no good and, you know, obviously looking out for his own interests. That's going to, I'm really wondering how Boba is going to battle that because it seems like they have the numbers. Maybe Chrysanthemum comes back because he just ran off into the desert. Like where did he go? Come back. You have a place to stay. We'll feed you. We'll take care of you. Look at all this food. The Wookiee's coming back and he's working for us. He is big and he is scary and he is wonderful and I want more. Okay, guys, I'm so excited for the next episode next week. Like, subscribe, I guess set notifications. I'm going to be releasing episodes 8 and 9 of The Bad Batch this week as well, which is actually tying into Tatooine and the Fetts and the Hutts a lot. So I feel like watching them in tandem is like information overload. I'm so excited about it. But catch me here next week. I'll see ya.